Hi guys, in this video, we are going to discuss how to add suppliers in Xero accounting package. That is the focus of our discussion in this video. Okay, so you can add suppliers in this way. You can simply navigate to this context tab. Okay, under the context tab, you can see all contacts, then customers and suppliers. Now, in this case, we are going to create suppliers in this Xero accounting package. So you have to just click on this suppliers. Once you click on this, you will be directed to this page. Okay, you will be directed to this page. So you can see here contacts, make the most of contacts in Xero. Likewise, there are some information. So here there are no contacts in this Xero account because I haven't created any contact yet. Now we are going to see how we can create a contact in this Xero accounting package. Basically, there are two ways to create contacts in Xero accounting package. One way is to create the contact in manual way. The other one is to bulk upload the contacts. Okay, so first I am going to show you how to create contact manually. For that, you have to click on this new contact button. Okay, then you will be directed to this contact creation window. Under the contract creation window, you can see the relevant contact information that we need to enter. Okay, so first I will start with the contact name. You can simply enter the relevant information. Now just assume we are going to add the supplier to this Xero accounting package. Normally in our business we have to have deals with various suppliers in order to purchase the relevant items. Therefore we need to have those suppliers on our Xero accounting package so that we can enter the relevant purchasing from them, and we can enter the relevant payments to them. Okay, for that purpose I have to create the relevant suppliers. Now I am going to create one of the hypothetical suppliers. So I will write down the name as we'll say U Private Limited. This is a uh, hypothetical name. Okay, this is a hypothetical name. Now this is the name of our supplier. Supplier may be a person, supplier may be an organization, supplier may be a charity, whatever the name we have to enter here. So in most of the cases we are dealing with suppliers in the form of organization. Okay, so now we can enter the relevant primary person here. What is the meaning of primary person? So just assume our supply is a company. In that case, there should be a person whom we can contact with. Okay. Therefore, that person should be the primary person. So you have to enter the relevant contact person's name here. Just assume I am writing the name. We'll say James Bill. I have just entered the hypothetical name. Then you have to enter his email address. James Bill at u.com. Okay, I just entered the hypothetical email address and a hypothetical person. If you want to add any other person, then you can simply add by just clicking on this add another person. Okay, in that way you can add several person to this supplier's profile. Okay, so you can see the very first thing, you have to create the contact name, that is the supplier's name. Then you have to add the relevant contact persons. There can be a primary person and other person. If you need to add more person, you have to click on this add another person button. Okay, so in this case I am not going to add any other person. Then you have to enter the relevant contact details. The first one is the phone number. Okay, so you have to add the phone number. I am just adding a phone number, uh, very hypothetical number. I don't know whether it is exit. Then here actually you have to enter the country code, then area code, then the number. Okay, it depends on the your country. Okay, how your country has organized the mobile phone numbers. Based on that, okay, so you have to enter the country code, then area code, then the number. So here also in case of tax you have to enter the relevant details. I am just entering hypothetical details. Then if there is any mobile, then you can enter that as well. If there is any direct dial number, then you can enter those things. If there is a Skype number, or Skype ID, then you have to, and you can enter those things. But these are not mandatory. Okay, please note, these are not mandatory. If the information is available, you can simply enter here. If the information is not available, you don't need to enter here. You can just skip this information. In my case, now I am not going to enter the mobile number, direct dial or Skype number. Okay, and also if you need, you can enter the website as well, but I am not going to enter the website since I have a hypothetical supplier. But in your case, in the practical world, your supplier may have a website. In that case, you can enter the website address here as well. Okay, you can just copy the website address in this tab. Okay, then you can at the postal address of the supplier. Here, the first column is for attention. That means to whom we are posting the relevant documentation. So in this case, just assume I am going to address the person who Mr. James Bill, and then you can enter the some sort of details. Okay, whatever the contact details you can enter. Depending on your information. Okay, so I am just entering some hypothetical information. Okay, so these are the things that will be printed on the relevant information. Okay, when you are printing invoices or whatever the bills, then these addresses will be printed on those documents. Therefore, please be careful. You have to exactly enter the relevant information of the supplier. It's of most major importance. Okay, so then you can at the street address. So if it is same as the postal address, you can click here. Otherwise, you have to enter it. In my case, I am going to take it as same as the postal address. You have to just click on the same as postal address. Then the postal address will automatically be copied in this street address as well. Okay, but you can edit this. Okay, you can edit anything in within these boxes. You can easily edit them. So then you have to add what? Then you have to add the relevant financial details. Now we are going to add the supplier. Okay, so there are some incorporation with the supplier. So we have to add the relevant supplier details. The actually since it is a supplier, we don't need to do the relevant sales settings. Okay, since this is a supplier, we need to do the purchase settings. But in this case, under the purchase setting, you have to think the supplier's price or the supplier bill amount include the tax or do not include the tax. That's the thing you have to think. Okay, for the time being, please understand, for the time being, I am taking it as no tax, or you can just keep it as none. Okay, still we are not going to do any tax related matters. Okay, first I am taking you through a very simple scenario. After that we will look at how we can add the taxes and those things. Okay, so in this case, I am not going to add any tax details. Then business registration number, if the supplier has some business registration number, you can add it. I am adding a hypothetical number. The most important thing is you can add a credit limit here. That is a very important thing. Just as you, I am not going to I can have a credit limit for supplies, but may basically credit limit is dealing with the customers. So I am not going to enter any credit limit. Okay, so then sales discount. Likewise, there are some other information, batch payment and those things. I am not going to enter the those details, but you can add the currency. Now he is a Sri Lankan supplier, so I am going to add Sri Lankan rupee. Okay, so these are the details. Okay, you can see credit limit is not necessary since this is a supplier, so I am not going to add credit limit. And currency I selected. Then batch payment. If I am going to make batch payment, I will explain later what is the meaning of batch payment. If I am going to do any batch payments, then you have to enter the relevant bank details. For the time being, I am not going to explain you about the batch payment as well, because as I explained to you earlier, I am just taking you through only the basic things. After that, we will go to some advanced part, how to do the batch payment and those things. For the time being, please keep it aside. Then bill due date. Uh, so you can enter how the bills will become due. Okay. So of the following month, after that, just assume this supplier has allowed me a credit period of 60 days. So you can enter here 60 days after the bill date. Once I have created the supplier bill in the in the XERO system, after 60 date of that 60 days of that date, then the bill will become due. Okay, so that is the thing you need to understand. So you can define it here as well. Okay, you can define how the bill will be due. Okay, so that is the thing you have to add. These are very simple thing. Okay, you can easily go through those things. You have various options. Which date of the following month, days after the bill, days after the end of the bill month. Likewise, there are various things. So I just assume that my supplier allows me a credit period of 60 days. Therefore, I am entering 60 days after the bill date. When I entered the bill in the system, the bill will become due in 60 days from the date of bill entered to the system. Okay, so these are the things you have to enter. Zero network key. This is about some sort of integration. I am not going to explain it now. Okay, this is some sort of integration, how we can integrate with our suppliers. I am not going to explain it now. So this is how we are adding a supplier to our uh, Xero accounting package. So then you can just click on save. Okay, save address. No thanks. Okay, now we have added the supplier. You can see the supplier, you private limited. So there are no transactions associated with this supplier. You can see the relevant contact details. It has been listed here. Okay, you can see the relevant financial details as well. Okay, so these are the things you need to understand with regard to the supplier creation. Okay, here this is how we can create a supplier. So in the same way, you can create a customer as well. Okay, so in Xero, the way of creating supplier and the way of creating customer is identical. So you can easily create a customer in the same way. Okay, I hope you are clear about how to create a supplier, and I want to show you how to create a foreign supplier as well. So in my next video, I will elaborate how we can create a foreign supplier. It's a very easy thing, just to change the currency type. Okay, so I will explain it to you in my next video.